All right. So, greetings to everybody who is present right now and who wants to get some updates and some information on the today's topic. And today we are going to be discussing how to avoid immigration scams to protect your future. And why did I decide to address this topic? Well, first of all, almost every week, guys, almost every week, someone comes who worked with a paralegal or some immigration consultant or someone who just thought he or she was working with a licensed attorney, but there was somebody else who pretended to be, and people lost a lot of money, people lost a lot of time, got a lot of stress, and did not get any result. Okay? If the immigration scams worked, there would be no reason to discuss this topic today. But because we know that either the scam or someone who pretends to be a professional, which is a scam in itself, does not bring any result. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing this, and I will be telling you exactly how to not make a mistake. Okay, when you talk with someone who pretends to be an attorney or someone who does not pretend but says, hey, I'm going to help you out, just pay me money. So we're going to be talking about that. But before we begin, let me make an update for you about the recent approvals in our company. So just yesterday, we got an approval for EB5 visa, the passive investment. I'm very excited about this particular client because this case was filed in 2019. So imagine, 2019, we filed a case, 4 years later, that's the reality of today's EB5 program, the client got an approval. So why am I excited about this petition? Not only because it was a long time ago, but also because this is another proof that even 4 years ago, the quality of the petitions that I was filing with USCIS was of the top quality with the best possible resolutions for the client, and he got an approval years later. So congratulations to our client. This is very exciting news for him and for myself. Also, just today, we got approval for O1 visa, and you guys know the person. You guys know who got an approval. That's Zuo Bruno. He was leaving the review for about working with my company. You can find his interview probably happened about 2 months ago. It's on this channel. So if you type Zuo Bruno, you will see his feedback about the work. And just yesterday, he got an approval for his O1 visa, and we're going to be refiling pretty much the same case for EB1A because that was meant to be for a green card, but because he wanted to start working as soon as possible, we changed the strategy. We filed for O1, we got it approved, and now we're gonna get him green card very, very soon. So congratulations to Zuo. I'm gonna call him today, didn't have a chance yet, but I'm gonna congratulate him. Okay, let me see what else was this week and the prior week. We got an approval for O1B, the talented cook. And you guys know that we get cases from all kind of disciplines and all kind of fields. And if you're a talented cook, you're gonna get approval with us as well. All right, so let's see. Okay, there was more, but I don't wanna. Okay, and a fitness instructor, and another O1A for a fitness instructor, and her employer was her own company. And you guys know that if you file for O1 visa, you can always get your company as your employer as long as you structure this company properly. And if you're interested, I just dropped the link to interview with Zuo Bruno, who got an approval just yesterday, so you can watch it and see that the real people are getting real approvals with our company. All right, guys, so let's let's get down to business. Let's discuss how not to become a victim of immigration scam or unprofessional people who hold themselves to the highest positions, like paralegals, or people who just worked a little bit in the field and they think they know everything. So let's discuss that. But let's begin with attorneys, because with all my due respect, and I know a lot of great attorneys, and most of the attorneys are professional and ethical, and they really hold on to the license, because it's really hard to get a license for an attorney. First of all, you gotta have a bachelor's degree, then you have to have a doctoral degree in the jurisprudence, that's another 3 years. Then you have to take a very hard exam, it goes for 2 days. You prepare for it for 2 months right after law school. Then you go and take this exam for 2 days in a row, and then you have to wait 2-3 months to know the results. So provide all this time, more than 7 years of training, of preparation, of stress, of all that torture. You know, it appears that almost every attorney should hold on to the license as to the dear life. But that's not the case, guys. And if you read some reports on the Department of Justice and some FBI reports, that almost every week we hear in the news that this attorney or that attorney, they were like defrauding the government, they're making up fake cases, they were doing some crazy stuff, and this is something that everybody needs to be aware of. Okay, so let's begin about that. Let's begin talking about that. And yes, all on the official channel, yes, EB5 is one of the areas where we see not a lot of scams, but there were cases in the past. And by the way, one of the cases was about 10 or 15 years ago here in Florida, in West Palm Beach County. And there was a guy who got a registration with the government for EB5 project, started collecting the money from the investors, and then voila, he got a private island, he got a yacht, he got a nice mansion, he got a Lambo, and of course, no result for the EB5 clients. So that's why, of course, regardless of the direction, and you guys know, I do talent visas, I do EB2 and IW visas, which is also a talent visa. I do business visas like L1, E2, the EB5 visas, and I know for a fact that within only those visas that I mentioned, there's a lot of scams going on, okay? There are people who are officially on YouTube, and they have really good channels, really good marketing, and they even have interviews with the real clients, but that's the tip of the iceberg. So even if someone's showing the result of their work, that they achieve some results, it doesn't mean that that's all they get, right? So think of it, if in our case, if you work with my company, with my team, with my corporation, we have 90% approval rate across all the visas, all the petitions that were filed, okay? With all those people who claim to be experts, not talking about licensed attorney, the approval rate is reverse. It's 10%, yes, I gotta admit, some of them get approvals, but 90% is the denial. Okay, so you gotta do your math and see where you get your chances, where you wanna park your money, and I mean it in a good way, which professional you wanna pay. That's up to you guys, but I'm just giving you the bare statistics. So let's first cover the attorneys, because that's where mistakes could be made. Number one, when you meet with the attorney and you want to, let's say, do, and it could be anything, it could be asylum, it could be family immigration, it could be a talent visa, business visa, EB5. First thing you have to find out, is this attorney specializing in this type of visa or work? Okay, because immigration field is so big, it's huge. There's a very famous immigration attorney, Ira Kurzban. he has the short, short immigration book. And when I say short, I must say it with a humor, okay? It's this big, guys. So his short description of immigration field is this big. So basically, EB1A in this book is gonna take maybe 2 or 3 pages. Imagine one visa that I specialize in. I can write a book. I wrote my book. It's in Russian. It's right here, okay? It's going to be translated in English in the future. It's how many pages? It's about 400 pages. And it's about talent visas, it's about business immigration, it's about the investment visas. Those visas are specialized in. So it's the whole book devoted to those type of visas. He has only 3 pages. Okay, so think how huge immigration field is. There's deportation, immigration courts, appellate court, J1 visas, F1 visas, tourist visas, you name it. Okay, there's a lot of things going on. So it's impossible to be just an immigration attorney. It doesn't make any sense. No one in the world, maybe Ira Kurzban, maybe Ira, and I think even he does know everything about immigration. Okay, the god of immigration, Mr. Kurzban, does know everything about immigration. Okay, so it's impossible that a particular attorney who calls himself or herself does not have expertise in something. They have to be specializing in something to be great at it. Okay, and you guys know how many hours you need to spend on something to be able to call yourself an expert. And you guys know the answer, right? It's 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. If you work 40-hour week, it's 5 years. So if you do your work, if you repeatedly, you work on something for 5 years straight with no exceptions, every day, every work day for 5 years, then you will be able to call yourself an expert. Okay? So if you do everything in immigration, if you do family law, asylum, visas, the change of status, crossing the border with Mexico, you will never, for 10, 15, even 15 years, you will never spend 5 years on one specific topic. Never. So you will never become a proficient, a profound expert in the field. All right? And by the way, guys, speaking about calling yourself an expert, no immigration attorney, even myself, cannot call himself an expert unless he has a board certification from the bar of the state where he's licensed. Okay? So if someone is calling, hey, I'm an expert in talent visas, you gotta ask him, hey, do you have or I'm an immigration expert. I'm an expert. Ask him, hey, do you have a board certification? And he says no. It's unlawful to say that. Okay, that's misleading. That's the red flag immediately. So I cannot call myself expert in talent visas or business or investment visas, although I work in this field for almost 10 years. Okay, I cannot call myself legally, but I can say that I'm specializing in those visas. Okay, because that's all I do. So that's number one. You have to know that whatever service you need from the attorney, that attorney spent at least 5 years doing just that type of immigration service. Okay? And not like periodically getting the cases. No, doing just those cases. Okay? Very important. I spent almost, like I said, 10 years working on those visas, on those cases, so I know them in and out. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Once a month, once every few weeks, I still learn something new. This is crazy. Some little detail, some comma I missed before, never paid attention, never put sense to that, never made a point out of it. I notice it. I read the case law. I read the precedent decisions. So I still learning a lot in this field. So I know how huge that is. Number one. Number two, the license. And actually, I should have started with license because I think if there's no license, there's no attorney. But whatever, let's put it at number two. Each attorney you are working with has to be licensed at least in one state. If it's an immigration law, that person has to be licensed in any state, okay? I'm licensed in Florida state. I have a license from the Florida bar. My number of the license is 118908, okay? Let me put this down, 118908. So, if you go to the Florida bar and you can find an attorney by the name or by the bar number, if you put my bar number or my name in a search in the Florida bar website, it's going to pop up immediately. Okay, Stanislav Shamayev, fully licensed, no revocation of the license, no history of no bad history, been admitted to practice law since 2015, address and everything else. Okay, you can check. I don't have to tell you, you can go and check. And you can check it for any attorney. All right, so number one, you need to know which state he is licensed. Number two, you go to the bar website of that state and check your attorney and make sure that it's the same person who claims to be an attorney and that his bar license is valid and up to date. And you also need to pay attention to the history of prior violations, because sometimes attorneys do violations and they get the check the box thing in the account with the bar, and you can see what happened with this particular attorney. All right. So this is number two. Very important. Very important. License is a must. No license, no attorney. Number three, and that's more subtle. That's more. You have to be a good observer. You have to be have some skill of psychology reading. Okay, but I will teach you. I will teach you what exactly you need to be doing. So let me give you an example. About 3 years ago, I think it was 2021 or 2020. It doesn't really matter. There was huge news that actually shook the whole industry, where there were a bunch of, actually two immigration attorneys in New York, Russian speaking, but they were serving all kind of clients, and they were arrested alongside with probably another 10 people who were helping them, because they were making fake asylum cases. Okay, so basically a client comes, hey, I need a green card in the US. They're like, okay, what's going on with you? What's your education? You have a talent, you have a business, you have a budget, no, you have nothing. Okay, do you have a persecution back in your country? No, I don't. Okay, well, if you say this and that, and you go to this person, to that doctor and that expert, we can create a case for you. We can create a fake case for you, basically. So that was the method of doing business, okay? And guys, those attorneys, one of them was like really famous. I think her last name was Jamgarova. If you Google Jamgarova, she already lost her license and everything. I think she's serving in jail even. She's in federal prison. Don't quote me on that. But she had 20 years of experience, okay? She wrote a book. I wrote a book too, but I'm not doing those things. She was on TV. She was on the radio. She was giving interviews. She was so famous. She was so big. Everybody knew her, and she was doing that. So why I'm telling you this? Because the experience is important, but that's not what you need to look. That's not what you need to look at. How famous is attorney is important, because that's a recognition of his or her work, but that's not what you need to look at. A big, nice office on the 20th floor with a nice view on Manhattan, on Miami, whatever, nice conference room, that's not what you gotta be looking at. The awards, the press, that's not what you gotta be looking at. But Stanislav, what I gotta be looking at? Come on. Okay. When you go and speak with this attorney, with me, it's called the complex immigration planning. You guys know it. It's a very complicated and complex procedure. When you meet with a data manager, they get all the information from you. Then you come to me, and I build a strategy for your case, a written strategy. Okay, that's how it goes with our company. But when you go to the regular immigration attorney, other immigration attorney, they call it a consultation. Okay, our consultation is a free evaluation of your case. We don't charge you any money to tell you if you qualify for this particular visa or not. And by the way, I'll drop you the link to get a free evaluation of your case. It could be a talent visa, it could be a national interest waiver visa, it could be a business visa. So you'll have all the links, you click on them, you fill out the form, and I look at it over 2 days. I'll get back to you with the analysis of your basically free consultation, okay? But whatever. You pay for the consultation to another attorney, and you tell him or her about your case, everything that you have, and you have to listen very attentively what they are telling you. Do they offer you some kind of gray schemes? Something like, we're gonna make this happen, we're gonna, put this way, which is not true. Like, listen attentively if they offer something that's illegal. Okay, like if they're going to be offering you to fake some documents or create something that never existed, or go to some other person who is going to create something for you that's going to help for your case, and it doesn't sound white, it sounds like gray or black, okay, like something fishy going on. So listen to those things and catch if you hear them. Why it's important? Because yes, you can do this. Yes, you can follow the whatever process that attorney has, and it may be not very legal, not very lawful, and you can even get your case approved. But because this attorney is telling you this, he or she are gonna be telling the same thing to other people. And guess how that attorney I was telling you about, Miss Jamgarova, from New York, guess how she was caught? There was a suspicion, so FBI sent 2 people to her, like in the movie, with a microphone, right here. So like this, but you couldn't see it, right? It's like it's inside. So, and they recorded the whole thing. So now FBI has all the record of what was happening there, what she was promising them, what she was telling them. And guess what? Every single person who was a client of that attorney, a current client, a past client, they got on the radar. Okay? They got on the radar. So now FBI, DHS, USCIS, everybody knows that these clients, we don't say that their cases are fake, but there is a risk that their cases are fake. So they're going to go back in the past and reanalyze all the cases that were in the past from this attorney, and maybe make different decisions, maybe send an RFE, request for evidence, and you're already maybe a citizen in 7 years and everything is good, and then this pops up. They can come back to you, they can take out your citizenship, they can take back your green card, and they can deport you. Okay? So, and that could happen many years ago. So make sure, if you hear something fishy coming from the attorney, a licensed attorney, run as fast as you can. Okay? Run. Because this is a very bad sign. And sooner or later, that attorney is going to be caught, he's going to be arrested, he's going to be tried, and all his cases or her cases in the past going to be re-adjudicated. All right? And this is bad news for those who had the real case and now they have to face some kind of investigation. All right? This is really bad. So I think out of all 3 that I mentioned to you guys, this is one of the most important things. Okay? Number 4, and I see you guys, I see your questions. I'll get back to you in a second. Number 4, people who are not attorneys. And who are those people? Sometimes they call themselves paralegal. Okay? Paralegal, it's an assistant of the attorney. They could be licensed, but they're licensed to be a paralegal, not the attorney. All right? Sometimes they call themselves immigration consultants. Like, we consult you on immigration, okay? Okay, whatever. Sometimes they call themselves immigration experts, whatever they call themselves, whatever the name they choose, they are not licensed attorney. That means they have zero responsibilities for your case. Nada, zero, no. Okay, so that's one. Number two, they do not have access to all the laws, to all the precedents, to all the materials that always change. Things change every day, and you guys know a couple of weeks ago there was a new manual for EB1A and O1 visas. New way, new policy, how immigration officer is assessing your petition. Okay, completely new way. So I know about it because I signed up for those resources for attorneys. So I get an email, I see that new manual, I analyze it, I break it down, I create trainings for the employees, and we have over 100 employees in the company in different departments. So for each department, we create different trainings and we implement that immediately in the cases that we are doing right now. Okay. They never do this. So their competence stays at the same low level in the past. So there is no update, nothing's going on with them. So even if you have a good case, they probably will not be able to get you approved just because they don't know how to do this. Okay, and they have no updates. So yes, it's going to be cheaper. And yes, they may have even had people who got approvals with them. Okay, it doesn't really matter because you are you, your case is your future, and it's only up to you to decide to trust the unlicensed expert, paralegal, or whoever consultant he is, or a person who has a license who is responsible for the result of your case, who's responsible to create the best petition in your case, and who has the qualification. Okay, it's up to you guys. All right, let's look at the questions. There you go. First time on a live stream, all-in-one official channel. Welcome to my live streams. I think, guys, I think my live streams are much better than the videos that I make. Why? Because you can ask me a question and I'm gonna answer it right away, okay? Because yes, I'm answering all your questions in the comment section under the video, but it takes time and it's, you know, there's no energy in it. Yes, you get the answer, but you can basically almost touch me. Okay, you can basically touch me through the screen. You can feel my energy. You can see that, you know, I'm answering on your question as I go. I don't have to, oh my God, let me open up a book. No, because I'm doing this every day, all day. I know the answers to all your questions, and even if I don't, I'm gonna say it openly. Okay, I'm not ashamed to not know something. I'm ashamed to say something I didn't know about, which turned out to be not true. That's what I'm ashamed of, okay? But I'm never doing this, so it never happens. Okay, let's take a look. Did you do F1 student visa? Well, I don't do them. But if it's a current client on the visa that I'm doing, let's say a talent visa or a national interest waiver visa, we can do the change of status for the client, okay? Just we don't want them to go to other attorneys and it's a mess. So we do that for them as an exception. Shay Daviko. Hi Stanislav. Hi, my name is Shay Daviko or Daviko. I was in contact with Anna on WhatsApp regarding an E2 visa. I haven't heard back since last Friday. Please get in touch. Thank you, Shay. I'm gonna drop it to the department right now. Thank you for letting me know. Just 1 second. Somebody will be in touch with you shortly. All in the official channel. Oh my God, I love the way you explain and I love your energy. Thank you. Yes, guys. I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing because we have a goal in the company. We have a goal of bringing 10,000 of you by the year 2030 in the US. Okay, we are about 25% of this goal, but we need another 7,500 people. So that's why we're putting a lot of energy in it. We're working on the processes. We're doing a lot of trainings in the teams. We have a lot of approvals. The USCIS knows our cases because we brand them. Okay, all our cases look pretty much, I mean, the way they look the same. So let me show you the like the folder so that's how we brand them. So they know when the basically immigration, we send so many cases that the immigration officers know our cases and they know the quality of our cases. So we have special relationship and we keep that very, very honest and genuine. And we keep it going in a nice way. We respect them, they respect us. So why? Because we want the result for our clients. We'll do everything legally. Okay, not everything that's possible. Everything legally to get you approved. Okay, Globe Info, I love the videos, just amazing. Thank you guys, giving some love for this stream. I also love you guys. I love to get approvals for you. I love to call you and say, hey, Shay, you got an approval. Hey, Juan, you got an approval for your visa. That's when I get this feeling of gratification. Okay, I love that's what I live for. That's what I'm working for. Okay, is it possible to switch from F1 student visa to EB5 visa and still do adjustment status? Yes, absolutely. 2022, May, the new laws for EB5 kicked in, and one of the biggest changes of that reform was that the US government allowed, first time in history, to file adjustment of status petitions alongside with I-526. And I-526 is the form for EB5, okay, the immigration form. So if you're on F1 status and you file your EB5 visa, I-526 form, you can file adjustment of status at the same time. And within a short period of time, you'll get a work permit and advance parole. Okay, and basically a work permit allows you to work, advance parole allows you to travel. So I call it green card light. Okay, that's the light version of a green card. Why? Because it basically allows you to do everything that you want, work and fully travel. So that's what green card gives you. Okay, so this is just great. This is a great change that happened back in the day, and we're still using it freely. Okay, Globe Info, sir, I have a question that I'm going to do Masters in Pharmacy. Very good degree. So I need your help to process with visa. Can you please tell the fees? Okay, well, definitely, guys, and you know, I'm open about the fees. I'm open about the fees. Actually, I'm proud about our fees because they are in the market. But the quality of the work and the processes and the team that you get for the same fee is so much of a higher quality than anybody else. Okay, so let's say it could be $15,000 for EB2 and a W visa. That's the fee that I would charge. I could charge. Okay, it could be 13,000. It could be 16,000. It could be 19,000, depending on what's going on. But the complete filing of the petition for EB2 and a W is $13,000. Okay, and yes, you could find attorneys who charge same, more, or maybe a little bit less. But I guarantee, I promise you, you will never find this amount of service, the processes and the quality for this price, okay? Because you have a huge team working on your case, you have deadlines, you have a strategy, you have the 4-step verification process for each document, you have the contacts of people who's going to help you for business plan, for this, we're working very closely. I mean, look, nobody's doing this, okay? I mean, nobody I know, and we do a very deep research of the market for that. But Globe Info, I do not know which visa you will be qualifying for, because maybe it's O1, maybe it's EB2 NIW, maybe it's EB1A, maybe it's EB2 or EB3. So, you know, it all depends. It all depends. So for that, you need to fill out the free evaluation form, and you have those links in the chat. They say talent visas and EB2 NIW. So at least do those two forms. I'll take a look and let you know what's going on with you. Shay, hi, I have Portuguese citizenship, okay, and my wife and children don't. Can I apply for E2 visa for all of us in Portugal? Yes, yes, Shay, absolutely. They will definitely get E2 visa once you get it approved. But one thing, are you naturalized Portuguese citizen, or you were born there? You were there by birth, and if you naturalized, I want to make sure that you, if you purchased the whatever they call it, the golden passport, golden visa, like you buy property in Portugal and then you get your citizenship. If that was the case, I need to make sure that you have lived in Portugal at least for 3 years prior to that occurrence, or after, or somewhere in between. Okay, so if you naturalized through the investment, make sure that you have lived for 3 years in Portugal, because otherwise we cannot file for E2. Okay, I'm on F1 student visa and I want to switch to EB5. Definitely, that's I have cases like that. I actually have a current case like that, where we just filed about 6 months ago. Is it possible to also do the adjustment of status? Yes. Yes, 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 I already said that, and I confirm that we can do that as long as you have the proof of your investment, proof of funds. In other words, okay, if everything is good, we can prepare the petition. We can help you with the regional centers. We cannot tell you, hey, go to this regional center. It's going to be like this. Here are the three regional centers that we work with, and here are the projects that they have. They're all good. You're going to meet with the representatives of the regional centers. You're going to choose yourself which one is good, which one you like, and I'm going to be advising you on that. Once you choose, you sign the paperwork with the regional center. We're working on the proof of funds with you. We compile the petition. We add the adjustment of status petition to this original petition, and we file it. And within a few months, you'll be able to work and travel, and you don't have to be going to school. I mean, you can go if you want to, if you like getting a bachelor's or master's. Sure, we always support education. But if you like doing some language courses or something, you know, unrelated, then you can stop. You can stop doing that. Okay, Global 4. Okay, you're from India. You're from India. Okay, let me check for India EB5. I think it's still current. But let me change the check the bulletin. Okay, because there is a fresh bulletin from about 2 weeks ago for October. So let's look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay, India EB5. Yes, it's current. It's current. So what does it mean? What does it mean? That provided, even though you're from India, you will still be able to file I-526 and 485. Okay, so no problem. We'll get you approved if everything is good with the money. Nadini Patel. Is it possible to change from F1 to EB5 without leaving the country? Guys, I'm like a parrot. I have a parrot. He's African gray. You know, the smartest birds in the world. His name is Clara. He used to be Clara before we took a DNA test for him. So for 8 years he was a female. Then we found out he was a male. So he was Clara before. Now he's Clara. Okay. So and he speaks very well. He speaks Russian. He speaks English. So I'm like a parrot. Yes, Nandini. Absolutely. If you are in the States on H-1B, on O-1, on L-1, on F-1, on a tourist visa, we can file EB-5 case for you, I-526-4. And as long as everything is good with the money, okay, I assume everything is good, we can file 485-4, adjustment of status for you and for your entire family, one for each. Okay, let's say you have a spouse and 3 kids. So 1 526, 5 485 forms, 5 adjustment of statuses. Okay, and all of you within 2 to 4 months will get work permit and advance parole, which means you can, while you wait for your pending 526 form, you are able to work, to study, to travel, to do nothing, come in the country, leave the country, everything is good, okay? So we can definitely do this. I just checked, there is no limitations for Indians to do this process. So make sure, let me see, moderator, please drop the link for EB-5 visa again. I see there's one above. Please drop it again for Nadine and for Globe Info. So you guys, what you need to do, once you see the link, make sure you click on it and you fill out the application. You fill out the form that I prepared for you. It will take up to 2 days for me to take a look. I will get back to you with the free analysis of your case. Then I will invite you to the complex immigration planning, where we need to meet face-to-face. First, you meet with a data manager. She's going to get all the information from you in depth. And then I will build up the strategy of filing your EB-5 case. Okay? And everything is good. It's not going to be cheap. I charge $30,000 for EB-5 for passive investment, plus all the fees and everything. So, but again, you guys know it. You know, nobody's charging less than that. So, if everything is good, we're gonna file your petition probably this year if you guys provide all the paperwork, and probably the beginning of 2024 you'll be able to work and travel. Okay, how amazing is that? It's super amazing, right? So make sure you don't miss your chance. Moderator, please, let me actually do it myself. I'm just gonna drop the links so it's convenient for you guys. You know, I'm not afraid of work. I can do it for you because I love EB-5 cases, and we just got a fresh approval for EB-5 from 2019, and since 2019 I don't know how many dozen cases we filed for EB-5, a lot, okay, and they're getting approved one by one. Bam, 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 bam. Because we're doing a great job, okay? I will never file a case for EB-5 unless I know for a fact I'm 95% approval, we get an approval, okay? If I'm not sure, 95% I get an approval, I'm not taking up this case, okay? Because I want the result. All right, guys, I'm pretty much through with all the material. So let me give you a couple of more seconds, 20 seconds, if you want to ask another question. Please do ask another question if you have about EB-5, about fraudulent attorneys, those bad players in the industry, about anything you want. Okay, I'm ready to give you another 5-10 minutes before I go and eat my Russian borscht with sour cream and bread. And you guys know the Russians love this kind of stuff. So let me give you another 10 seconds. And if there is no more questions, we're going to finish up. And I will see you next Thursday. Same day, same time. So it's 11 a.m. in Miami. We do the streams every week. So please come with the questions. We have a topic for each stream. But I always like when you guys ask me questions. So let's say Globe Info, so I'm actually in India, but apply for some Ivy League. Still, can I get a F1 visa to do MS in US? Yes, definitely. I would first get the F1 visa and then file for immigrant visa, because you know, they're not in direct conflict, but some officers, some consulate employees, they think that if you file the immigration form, you already express your immigration intent, and that's why they can deny your non-immigrant visas. So I would do it this way: get your non-immigrant visa first, and then everything else. Okay. What will be the success rate? Nadini, I have 0 denial for EB5 cases. Okay, and you see, I started filing cases for EB5 since I would think 2017, 2018. That's the first cases I was filing, and since then we filed a lot of cases. A lot of cases. I cannot count them on all fingers and toes on my body, and 0 denials. Okay, 0 denials. Thank God. Okay, why? Because like I told you before, if I don't believe in your case, and I know you're gonna pay me a lot of money, okay, like $30,000 is a lot of money, okay, for everybody, regardless if you're rich, if you're not rich, doesn't matter. It's a lot. I will never take even this amount of money for the case that I'm not sure at least 90-95% that I can get approval for. Okay, I'm built differently. I'm not like that. So make sure if I tell you, hey, Nadini, I believe in your case. I know we can prove your source of funds. I can see how we're going to do this, and I give you 90-95% chance for your case. You can be sure I'm honest with you. I'm genuine with you, okay? Because my license and my reputation is much more important than $30,000, okay? So come more to my streams, come to my webinars, see my YouTube videos, the reviews that we have from our clients, because the Google reviews, we have a lot of them, other reviews. And by the way, there are some fake reviews, guys. Make sure that there are some fake reviews. So look into depth of them and see for yourself. Okay, a few more questions. Shay, if I'm on a tourist visa and apply for a change of status to E2 and must leave the US for a short time, can I return? Yes, Shay, you can do this. First of all, you can change your status from ESTA to E2. Okay, because you're Portuguese, you don't have to get a tourist visa. You can buy on ESTA, visa waiver program. You gotta change. You have to get a tourist visa. You can change from a tourist visa to E2. But if you have to leave the country, you have to go to the embassy to get your visa stamped in the passport. And that's like a new petition. So I would not do that. I would come to the States, organize the business, then file in Lisbon, in the US embassy, and there's nothing wrong with it. With the Portugal citizens, you'll get your visa stamp 95%. Okay, I cannot say I guarantee you will get a stamp, but it's a very high chance because you're from Portugal. And all Western Europe clients we have, like Canada, Portugal, Spain, Germany, UK, all these countries, we have no problems with them, okay? If you're from Kazakhstan, if you're from Ukraine, if you're from Moldova, if you're from Armenia, yes. I mean, they're gonna look for each comma, they're gonna look every single sheet of paper you have to find something wrong, okay? If you're from Portugal, no problem. So I advise you go through the embassy in the beginning, you get your visa stamped for 5 years, and you travel, there's no problem. Okay, that's the way to go. All in one official channel. Actually, I'm on an F1 student visa and I want to do EB5 visa and file the adjustment of status, but I only have cryptocurrency because I'm a crypto trader. Read the remaining. All in one official channel. You find the right attorney. I deal with cryptocurrencies every day. I will tell you the inside information from my company. About 30% of my clients pay me with the cryptocurrency. Of course, we register it, we report it, and we pay taxes on it. So if your income from crypto trading, but you paid your taxes on it, okay? I mean, if you made it in the US while on F1 visa, and you were actively trading, this could be a problem. Okay, this could be a problem. If you were like a swing trader or a long-term holder, when you buy and hold, let's say you bought Bitcoin for 15,000 when it went down, like back in November last year, and then you sold it for 30, like in 6 months, that's not trading. That's investment. Okay, and you don't have to have any other documents to prove that you've done it legally, but you have to pay taxes on your income. Okay. So all in one official channel. come for complex immigration planning, because I need a lot more details, okay? So how can I do it without letting any government access my crypto account, because I have over $200 million and don't want to get taxed? Uh-oh! Well, look, if you have $200 million, pay 40% taxes to the US government. Yes, it's a lot of money. Yes, but what do you have left? You don't need anything else. All your kids, your grandkids are going to be covered, okay? So, I mean, look, I know it's a lot of money to pay that. I paid last year a lot of money, guys. I'm not going to tell you how much, a lot, okay? But I was happy to pay, because I know if I have something, if I get a heart attack right now and I'm about to die, I'm gonna call 911, and in 2 minutes they're gonna send a helicopter for me, okay? Because I pay taxes. I know I'm driving on a good road. I know I have water in my house. I know that I don't have criminals in my house where I live. Okay, so you guys get to get that mentality. If you want to live in the States, you gotta get that mentality. If you try not to pay taxes, US is not the country for you. Okay, and it's not gonna go well. But all in one official channel, just come for a complex immigration planning. I'll talk with you, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, all right, guys. Good question. I love today's questions. You guys got me good energy, got me some love. I appreciate that. So I'll see you next Thursday, 11 a.m. Miami. Come with the questions. I'll have a topic for you, but it's going to be really interesting. And also, we are going to have a webinar on EB5 visa on October 11th. And there's a link in the comment section. So please register for the webinar, and I will go in depth for each criterion, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. All right, so I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.